ahead and record, and we're going to do some big waves out there. So good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Wednesday. Love, love, love my Wednesday evenings with you guys. And I don't know if you were just on the team call, the training call with Martine and Christine, but they were talking about how we just have a couple of weeks until the end of the year. It was like the last Wednesday call before Christmas. And I thought, wait a minute, don't we have like a month until the holiday? But I guess not. So I guess I was wrong. But I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. And I'm just going to keep an eye out that hopefully we get our guest, but it might just be me tonight. And that's okay, because I've got some good value to bring to you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let me know, Cheryl, if you give me a thumbs up, if you can see that. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, perfect. So first of all, I wanted to talk to you guys about our Partner Co Accelerator 2024 event. We have the expansion tickets are still left, and we may have a very few number of rooms. So all of the blocks, the original block pricing is gone, but they do have some higher level rooms that are available that you can still book. So if you did not get your room yet, please go do it tonight. When they sent me the message, I think it was yesterday morning, they had 15 rooms left in the entire hotel, like total. And they were giving those to us. So they're a little bit more pricey. They're still affordable for the area, but they're not as cheap as they were. But you might be able to find a roommate. I know a few people looking for roommates, but if you still want a room, please go get it, because when those are gone, they're gone. I know there's other hotels locally, but we'd love for you to be there with us. And then we do have some tickets for this expansion. So make sure you grab yours, because we don't want anybody to miss it. Okay. Because we want to enjoy that time with each and every one of you. So please get those tickets. We want to see you there. Next, and I believe I saw her. So I rearranged again. So we do have our very own Cynthia Bolden. So I'm going to bring her up first. And, you guys know that I love Cynthia. I've called her just a shiny human. You ever get around somebody that they just shine? And I don't know a better way to say that. I'm sure there's a more eloquent way, and that, you would be so impressed with my vocabulary. I don't have that. I'm just going to say that when I'm around her, I feel better. When I'm around her, I feel joy-filled, because she brings just so much energy, so much fun, and so much wisdom. And I'm excited tonight because I get to celebrate her. Isn't that the best part, when you get to celebrate the people you love? So she recently, well, I could do more, because in a very short amount of time, she's actually gone up about 4 ranks, 4 levels in our company. But she recently hit officer, and then back to back, like I believe it was one day, and she can tell us a little bit more about that she hit senior officer. So please help me give her a big congratulations, some claps in there. And Cynthia, hopefully you can jump up here and speak up so I can highlight you, because I saw you in the waiting room.
I'm right here. I just unmuted.
Oh, there you are. Hello, Cynthia. How are you tonight?
Awesome. How are you tonight?
I am wonderful. Now that you're here, you got me a little nervous. I'm like, I don't see her, because I'm high strung. So I'm so grateful you're here, and you look beautiful. And
thank you.
First of all, congratulations.
Oh, thanks. It's awesome. So much fun.
So much fun. You guys are rocking and rolling out there in Oxford, Mississippi. And I was hoping you could just share with us tonight. And I know I said, the floor is going to be yours. So I'm going to bring you on and just say, tell us a little bit about how you were able to achieve that. And then when you're ready to bring anybody else on, let me know, and I'll bring them up on the screen as well.
Okay. Well, first of all, you always want to start with gratitude and Thanksgiving. So thanks, Andrea, for having me tonight. And yeah, how exciting is this? Senior officer, and to rank like 24 hours. It's amazing what can happen in 24 hours. But all excitement was all about our the Thanksgiving promotion, Black Friday. It just kind of got me excited. And I like competition, but I want to compete with myself. And I mean, the thing about this business, we'll talk about this in just a second, but it's all about team. It is just awesome to rally around a good group of people that's kind of excited doing the same thing, and we pulled together, and here we are. So the goal for me was officer. That's what I said. So I tell people, and it's fun. It's kind of a funny story, but here it is. So the goal was, I said, okay. I had just told my husband a couple of weeks ago. I said, you know what? I'm gonna be officer. It's not like, I was just somewhere like dreaming of it. It was just a thought of, I saw it and I was like, okay, next is officer. And so I always tell him, I said, I come on and pray about that. And I'm just gonna make officer. That was just my exact words. Well, I do believe in the power of prayer. So this was quick. We get up, my dates are off, but we're ready to set and go for Black Friday to get our orders in, because we can only order so much. So everybody was set, ready, and go. I get on the computer that day at 6:30. I'm loaded, I'm ready. 6:30. Was it 6:30? 6:30. But I don't think we could order or do anything to 8. Is that right, Andrea? 8 maybe. So yeah, just pen and paper
You
in
were
hand.
the early bird. You were ready for it.
Yeah, I was just ready because you're so excited. If we could order, Andrea called me and said, okay, let's get going. What do you have? We talked about it. So Andrea is literally helping me put somebody in the system. And I said, Andrea. And she said, what? Because the way I said it, she thought something was wrong. I said, Andrea, I'm 200 and some points away from officer. And this was at 8:15. She said, what? 8:15. So, I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, so let's go. And so that's what brought senior officer, because the thought was, okay, the thought was there, but not until I got a call. I think it was Brent, maybe Brent and Andrea. Yeah, I kept just going, I'm this many points from this, I'm this many points from that. And so, yeah, we got a call. I got a call from Brent and Andrea, and they said, hey, I think we can get this done today. So I thought that excited me to do it in 24 hours. I mean, that was pretty exciting. And so again, team, what do? We called, made calls, made phone calls, everybody chipped in. And you'll hear from these young ladies. I wanted to, not maybe at this second, but you'll hear the name Michelle McKay, you'll hear Stephanie Leonard, Martha Cox, you'll hear these names. And it was almost like game on. But then I thought about it, and I think this is a good way to explain it even better. I thought about when you're talking about your activities, how did that really happen? That was a day, and as excited as we were and still are about doing that in 24 hours, that had to happen based on what was done before the 24 hours.
Yes.
Yeah, that was all exciting. But this is what happened. The time when we would have meetings and only one person showed, and we still kept smiling and kept going. The time where somebody said they was coming in, but maybe they did, so we could keep smiling and still keep going. Or all of those people that bought drops and we wanted to get them to the presentation. We got them to the presentation, but maybe they wasn't ready then. But guess what? When we made the call, because we followed up, and I always like to say, lead with love, because when somebody says, maybe not right now. And I said, well, that's fine. That's great, because you still want people to know when they're ready. You have to set a place for them to come back to you when they're ready. Well, guess what? A lot of people was ready on Black Friday, but they was ready not because we had to do the presentation then. They were ready because we had already done the presentation. So that said a lot. And then it helped too to remember this. And I try to always remember this and keep it before my forefront, in the sense of being excited about great products, working with good people. It's a win-win here. So it's always exciting for me. When you're excited, it's good to be excited, but when it's naturally coming out of you because you're so thankful for what you have, when you're excited, then others are excited and they believe in your excitement. They believe in your excitement before they believe in your product. People believe in your excitement. If excitement was for sale on the stock market somewhere, I'm telling you, it'll be a lot of people would be rich just from that. So excitement is that's just where it was, excitement. And with the help of course, our leaders, great products, and of course the team. So that's how senior officer came about.
Well, that's phenomenal. And it was obviously so much fun to watch and to see and to be looking at the numbers. Like, I'll tell you, it's always fun when, like, don't get me wrong, it's fun when you see your numbers, your own numbers go up. But what makes it really exciting is when you look at somebody else's numbers and they have big goals and that they can get there. Man, that's exciting. So that was really fun. And I know that you really enjoyed that because you were doing the same thing, looking at your team going and cheering them on and do all that. And I love that you talked about it because I think sometimes we can watch somebody else's success, right? I can look at, the other people on the team and I'm like, oh man, I wish but what I don't see is all the digging that they did before, all of the work, all of the consistent action. You have hosted a Monday night meeting, I want to say since February.
Like we started the first week in March.
Okay, I was close. So first week in March, and you did it religiously, faithfully. Yeah. And just like you said, sometimes it was you and a couple of the gals that were already on the team. Sometimes it was just us and a bunch of people that at the last minute, they didn't show up and we're like, oh man, bummer. Well, I guess we just got to spend the night together, right? We just got to hang out. There's all of the times that you put in that groundwork so that you could have the explosion. So I would just say, guys, if you're waiting for your explosion, start digging now. There's so much that we can be doing right now so that we can follow in Cynthia's footsteps. Well, that's funny because I don't know which way to point at you. Because
all right,
that was
hey, Andrea.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I gotta jump in. I can't stand it.
Let me highlight you.
Well, everybody's on tonight. You don't have to highlight me. I'll be quiet in just a second. But I'm so proud of Cynthia, obviously, for the rank advancement and going to senior officer and seeing the team rally and other ranks being broke. I always say this in network marketing. You can't go to a higher pin rank and no one on your team rank up. Like, it just doesn't happen unless you're doing something weird. Like, if you go to a different pin rank, someone else is elevated in the process. And that's what happened with Cynthia and her team. And that's why this is a beautiful profession, because you can win together, And I got to say this, you mentioned this, Andrea, and this is why everybody needs to stay on the call to the end, because Andrea has been working all day to give you something tonight so that you can be intentional in growing your business. And you just mentioned that Cynthia and Stephanie and Michelle and the rest of the team, Martha, down in Oxford, Mississippi, was intentional about having an event every week, no matter what. It's easy to be on top when you're winning. It's tough when you're having that lull, And so they kept stepping. But here's what I want to tell everybody: intentional. So you're going to find out at the end of the call that we've got another big opportunity coming, that you all have the chance to be like Cynthia and Michelle and Stephanie and Martha and the rest of the team. And you got an opportunity to be intentional in Nebraska, intentional in Pittsburgh, intentional in other parts of the world, if you will apply what Andrea is going to give you at the end of this call. So to me, the big lesson when I listen to Cynthia is be intentional about what we're doing in this profession. What's my goal? Where do I want to be? And then what am I doing to get there? Have I got a party on the books every week? All right. Or do I just think that's, whatever, because she just hit senior officer and she went through that. So anyway, I just had to say that. Super great nugget there.
Well, thank you so much, Coach. Always appreciate when you come in. And Cynthia, the floor is yours. So I know we talk about us being co-hosts on here. And I asked you today, I'm like, you've got people to celebrate. So I'm going to turn it to you and you just tell me what you'd like me to do next. So you boss me around a little bit.
Okay, let's do this. I want to say this and then it'll lead into this. And I think this is going to be helpful because it really excites me too. You know, I was listening to Coach, and you can always get a nugget there all the time. So, Coach is an example of what I mean about wasted time preparation time is not wasted time. Coach says the same thing. A good coach does that. They say the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. But it's amazing how you hear it. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I wanted to say. What this business has done. So just follow me for a second. I think this is going to be really good. What this business has done, it has helped prove out truths that I even learned in a Sunday school lesson. And this is what I mean. It talks about, it's kind of like a parable, and I won't go all into it, but here's the point. When you sow, and it was talking about at that time the word, but I talk about sow the right seeds in this business. When you sow, then with the intent, you sow, like, I give you an example. If I went outside and planted something, I have the intent of it growing, and I know it will with proper nourishment. But at the same time, I'm not worried about it. Like, I'm not going to stay up all night thinking about it. I'm not going to toil over it. I'm not going to. Why? I don't have to if I planted the proper seed in the proper soil and did the proper things to take care of the seed that's been in its proper place. So an example would be, I can take a seed in my hand and I throw it on the floor, right? If I throw that seed on the floor, all it's going to do is be on the floor because it's not in its proper environment. So what happens when I take that same seed and put it in the ground in its proper environment, whether it's some kind of vegetable, some kind of plant a tree, but when it's in its proper ground, then it flourishes. And that's what this business has done. It's kind of like when you do these steps and you listen, when it's funny to me how we had a visitor customer appreciation last Thursday. We invited tons of people. Now we had a good crowd and we had a good room, but we invited a ton of people. And the first thought is, you can train yourself. I like to say, I'm thankful for who was there, but it's amazing what has come out. That was a Thursday night event. What's the night? Wednesday. Our phones are off the hook. Our excitement is off the hook. It is Christmas. I almost forgot it's Christmas because I'm so excited moving with this business. And me, Stephanie, and Michelle talking all day, just what's next? What we're going to do? And it's not waiting. We're not waiting to January. We don't have to. It's like we got the goods. And so when you have the goods, you don't have to wait. So the moral of the story is that customer appreciation, we were not disappointed. We were very thankful, but it's amazing how we have so much to follow up after that. So those meetings we were having every week. Sometimes it was the three of us. Sometimes it was the two of us. But what do? We made something happen among each other because we sold into each other. So anyway, that's just a lesson to kind of, and I say lesson because it's a lesson for me to always remember sowing and reaping. Sowing. So we have a play, we have a plan, and as long as we're sowing it, the reaping will come. I don't know how many apples come off one apple seed, but I know it's more than what I planted. So I just want to say, as we go into the Christmas and the New Year too, just remember that whatever we sow, the harvest of it is always bigger than what you actually sowed. So that's kind of a way to look at it. So I just want, where's Michelle and Stephanie? I believe they're on the call, and they're just phenomenal leaders. I don't know, can you see Michelle?
I'm going to add them. I will add them with the spotlight here.
Hey, Michelle. She's on mute.
Cynthia.
Okay. Hey.
And Andrea, how are you
Hi.
tonight?
And hold on, because I made these too. So
Oh, let's go. Look, I love it. Well, Michelle is here, so we'll do her first. Michelle is officer now. Michelle can tell you a little bit what her goal, what her mind was, where her mind was. All we knew is that we were going to get orders, we was going to move these drops, and we was going to kind of like rinse and repeat. So that was the original goal. So this young lady, I mean, she's a phenomenal leader. She's a phenomenal person, human being right here in Oxford, Mississippi. So her background, I mean, to me, what Michelle touches turns to gold. That's just the best description I can give you about Michelle and her heart for people. Michelle has a heart for people to win in their health and in their finance. That comes from her background as a retired nurse, which she could talk about just a little, and then her business. She's a true entrepreneur in the sense of bringing people together to make something big happen. That's a description of Michelle. So I get the privilege to work with her every day. So I mean, who wouldn't be excited about that? So Michelle, congratulations, Miss Officer.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, I appreciate it so much. And y'all can't see it because my background is blurred, but I have a little dog just sitting here just dying to meet y'all. I don't know if y'all can see her, but she is wanting all of the attention in the world. And she is just licking and licking. This is Sophie. And so Sophie works with me almost all day at my feet. And you know, it has just been a pleasure. A little bit about my background. I've been a nurse for over 30 years and I owned a hospice agency for 12 of those. And, you know, a part of my passion for people, you know, comes from that. I was a NICU nurse by trade. So I say I've taken care of people from the womb to the tomb, and I hope that doesn't offend anybody. But I like the area in between. So between the womb and the tomb is my favorite. I did a great job at both of those, but you know, God prepared me in the NICU. He prepared me for death. Okay. And it was a sad place, but a lot of parents really relied on me because if you've ever been in front of a doctor, you need a nurse like me who cares about people to tell you good news and bad news. And so I think that prepared me for hospice, and we gave people in hospice an amazing death. If you can imagine, I never knew that was even possible, but we gave them the greatest life at the end of life. But when that season ended, I was like, God, thank you for giving me life. And I'm going to do something else that promotes life from here on out. So when Cynthia and I got the opportunity to work together, she knew that I wanted life. Okay. So it's just been an amazing transition from death to life. To be honest. And even in my own life, yes, I'm very healthy. Yes, I'm a competitive tennis player, but that's probably why we want to win so much. I came from a very competitive household. My mother was a semi-pro basketball player and lost her life early at 62. And at 59, when I started this business, I said, you know what, this is going to be an honor to my mother because she didn't get to live life at 62, and I'm gonna live life to the absolute fullest. And so we just want to share that life and share that philosophy with everybody. So we want to get the drops in the hands of as many people as we can, and that's what we're doing. And I think about on Black Friday, I laugh because I'm in Nashville with my daughter in a studio apartment, y'all. And I'm talking about a child that needs to be in a 5-bedroom house to house her clothes and her shoes. And Andrea and Cynthia and Stephanie and everybody else has heard this. But I had 5 computers. I was ready for that doggone sale. Andrea and Stephanie and Cynthia were all on the phone. I'm like, I got all my computers lined up. I didn't know you could have as many Apple Mac computers in a studio apartment, along with my phone and an iPad. I was so ready because that's how many orders I needed to place for people. But then it just started blowing up. And I mean, the computers weren't even enough. I just said, you know what? I got to do it on my phone. So it was just constant. Thank God my daughter had to work that day or it would have been crazy. But we were just placing orders left and right for people in 10 packs. I'd love to know how many we sold. I mean, honestly, but between all three of us ranking up. I think Stephanie ranked 3, I ranked 3, Cynthia ranked 3. And none of us even knew what was happening, except for when somebody would start looking, at where we were. And I'd be like, gosh, dog, I'm 300 away from whatever this means. I don't even know what the rankings mean. I had to call Cynthia and Andrea and say, what does this mean?
That's the fun part.
We just kept looking at each other, and I kept looking at Stephanie's numbers and going, okay, if I'm ranking up, she's ranking up, and we're all ranking up. And then what was so amazing, though, is just like Cynthia saying, it's a team effort. None of us get here on our own by any means. And it is a total team effort. And being an athlete and what have you, we know we win together as a team and we lose together as a team. By gosh, winning is so much better. So much better. You don't want to see me after I've lost. So we're not losing. We're not going to lose in this situation because we are continually we're out there. I'm hitting the ball every day. And so the same thing with this business. So we're doing it, and we're doing it together. And, I will say, in terms of leadership, of course, Andrea and Brent are amazing. What would we do without them? But Cynthia starts our day. There's not a single day that I don't get a phone call or I call her, Michelle. It's never, hello, good morning, Michelle, Cynthia, Stephanie, Andrea. We just, we greet each other with that enthusiasm. And I know by the end of the call that Cynthia is going to pray for me. And so I think our philosophy and how we've done so well in this team is that we have an amazing mentor in Cynthia and an amazing prayer warrior. And we all believe the same, that we're not in this business just for ourselves. We're in this business for each other and for everybody that we can touch, and that we're growing it 1,000-fold. And so that we say that every day, 1,000-fold, 10,000-fold. Hey, next time it might be 100,000-fold. It's exponential and it's infinite. So we know that and we believe that. And we don't care if just one person shows up at our meetings, that we know we're going to touch so many lives just by being consistent and by having each other. So thank God he put each of us in each other's lives. And I want to say all the people that day on our team, Gwen Rakestraw, Diane Dyer, Allie Keller, Lacey Baker, Denise Bales. A lot of people promoted up to Ultimate, and they've just joined the business. They got to Ultimate like one day. So we have so many people, and a brand new partner, Sarah Smith, that joined after Thanksgiving, is just absolutely blowing it up. Got to Ultimate in just a couple of days, and the people she's enrolled has gotten to Ultimate just this week. In the last couple of days, I can't even keep up. It is so amazing to watch. And Jen Howell, if she's on the phone, her as well. So we're just so thrilled. If I missed anybody, we do it together as a team, and just so thrilled. And I know Stephanie will say the same thing when she talks, but so proud of Stephanie. It's a consistent desire from all of us to get these drops and all these products in the hands of so many. And Stephanie works 3 jobs. And she still promotes this business, and by goodness, we're going to get 1 or 2 of these jobs gone by early 2024, or we're going to know the reason why. So, right. Right. She's getting these drops in the hands of so many, and she's done so amazing, even tied down to a full-time job during the day. So I just want to praise Stephanie for what she's doing, and our whole team, for everybody working together, and just just encouragement for everybody. If you're not in that place where your team or your business has exploded yet, you just wait. It will. It is going to.
Yep. Awesome, Michelle. Give it up for Michelle. Awesome. Well, Michelle, we say it all the time. I mean, like I said, she's just awesome. So words to heed by. And now Stephanie, me and Stephanie just left each other, maybe 2 hours, Stephanie? Oh, it's 8:29, so it's been a while. Are you muted, Stephanie? Stephanie, muted.
She got so excited she turned off her camera. You're still muted, lady.
Yeah, you still muted. Oh, come on, let it work.
Okay.
Yeah, there you are, Stephanie.
Been a long day.
Yes, it has.
It's been a long day.
Okay, so your picture was up there, and I guess it's gone now. But I just want to say, Stephanie is so much fun. I'm talking about fun. Stephanie is fun. She has a big heart. She's awesome. But I want to talk about those 3 jobs because I know how they can kind of sound. Her day job is in finance. I don't know exactly, so I'll leave it right there. But that's close enough. But she works for a agency, caregiving agency, and at I think a restaurant. But when we say that, they're not all jobs in one day. It's kind of like she's off tonight. But when I met Stephanie, of course, through Michelle, it was just like one of those things that we just clicked. And when you find out what a person's heart is and what they want to do, and both of them, I'm just going to say this too, just since we're here, they're hard for what they want to do with what this business can bring. They saw the avenue of exactly their goals, given to missions, doing the things that they want to do, but this was an avenue to do it. Stephanie brought somebody. She's called me at 5 o'clock. Hey, Cynthia, what you getting ready to do? I said, go to Kroger. We just haven't had groceries quite right yet. It's just, I've been trying to get to Kroger. And she said, okay, hey, I want to stop by and bring somebody over. We got to show her how to get on boards. And I just want you to talk to her. So starting tomorrow, I'm gonna go in the morning. I got to go get a box of really good Kleenex. I just got to. This young lady, her story, I mean, she cried did she cry the whole time, Stephanie?
The whole time.
The whole time. I'm talking about crying in Mexico. I'm talking about crying. And I just was looking because I was kind of like, wow. But what was she crying about? Because she got an answer. Y'all, I had not experienced that until tonight, Stephanie?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you tell, about your dad and how that happened and how we got her on board and how she's getting started. And the thing about the team, not just the Oxford team, we were able to reach out to some of the things Brittany taught us on how they're doing in Tennessee and how we can reach out here and there. You just talked to somebody in Alabama, right, Stephanie, tonight?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna turn it over to Stephanie and let her talk about that because it was just so amazing to see the heart and how this lady is so excited about natural health and making a paycheck. That's exciting. And I'm so thankful that I got a part. Kroger waited. I did get to go by. I have to go back tomorrow to get the rest. But anyway, it was worth it. Take it away, Stephanie.
Okay, so my dad, who came to our event on Thursday, he came. He's always a big supporter. He takes MOA, and so he came, and we talk every day. And we were talking on Friday, and he was just like, "So, Stephanie, is there anybody in Pontotoc doing this?" I'm like, "Not that I'm aware of, Dad." And so I didn't know why he was asking all these questions. So we get off the phone and I'm at my other job and I'm on the phone with clients and I see my dad is repeatedly calling. And I'm like, good God, what's wrong? So I call him back. First chance I get, I'm like, Dad, what is wrong? He was like, hey, I need you to talk to this girl. I'm like, what girl? He goes, the caregiver that comes in my house and like 3 times a week, 2 hours a day. She wants to do this business. Now, y'all, my dad was a barber. So there's no telling what my dad has told her. I have no idea. So I'm like, okay, well, let me talk to her. So I talked to her for a brief second. Because I'm at work, I immediately reach out to Michelle and I'm like, hey, I've got a hot potato. Can you take it? Because I'm at work. And she's like, yeah. So I was texting and group text to Andrea, like I've got a hot one. So I'm reaching out to my team going, hey, hot potato, I'm at work, can't talk. And that's the cool thing I like about our team is that they know I'm on like a strict parameters at my job because of what I do. I can't get on social media, can't do any of that during work hours. So if I get a lead and say hot potato, they know to run with it because it's hot. And so Michelle texted, she goes, hey, whenever you talk, give me a call. So I called her. She goes, oh my God. She goes, okay, she needs Renew, she needs to drop, she needs Moa. And I'm like, whoa, 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 like calm down, And so then Deanna and I talked, and then we did a Zoom last night with Andrea. We did a Zoom, and she saw what she liked. She goes, okay, well, I can pay the $29.95 on Saturday. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, there's a way you can do this where you pre-sell the drops. We're going to show you how to post. You pre-sell the drops. You're not out any money. In fact, you'll get some drops for free. And so I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think she would call back today. She texted me at 4:45 and said, where you at? And I'm like, geez, I'm still at the office. Give me a few. And so that's when I called Cynthia and said, hey, I got a hot potato. We need to come to you. She walked in the store, and she kind of shared her story with Cynthia, which was very emotional. It was very hard. I mean, it was sad. I'm just gonna say it was really, really sad. And she cried. I mean, I got emotional. And so then I figured out how to get boards and how to share boards. That was the first time I had done it. So it was a learning experience. And I was like, I needed help, but God just told me to be persistent and work through it. And I did. And we got her on there, and then we did her first post. We showed her how we love on it. And I was like giving her nuggets, like, this is what you need to do. And I said, this is how you answer. It's all in here. She goes, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I'm like, this is when you post 9 and 3. And so she's fired up. I got her on the phone with Ken and Barkley tonight. I texted him, said, hey, you got a second? Got him on the phone. They talked for about 5 minutes. And I mean, it was just, just building. I mean, like, she was sold. I'm going to be honest. She was sold because of my dad. She was sold. Like, I don't know what he said to her, but whatever he said to her, she talked to Michelle, she was sold again. She talked to me, she was sold again. She talked to Andrea, she was double sold. And then tonight I was like, you're with some great women. She goes, y'all got me. I mean, like, and it's just, for me, it's the team building. Like, everybody, we all have talked about the Black Friday. And for us, it was not, I'll be honest, I'm very competitive. And this is the first time that I get excited when somebody else advances. It's not just about me. It's about what other people are doing. And it's a genuine, authentic, transparent business where we all benefit, because we all, as Brent always says, we lead with love. And that's, what it all boils down to.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And you
Not
did a
gonna cry.
job, Stephanie, tonight, because that's Stephanie's version, but my version is a little different. Stephanie was mothering her, like nurturing her. It was just awesome. And that lady looked in Stephanie's eyes and said, are we going to be together? Like you could tell she wants somebody to run with. She wants somebody to say, you tell me. She's a sponge. This particular girl, you'll hear about and see her in just a little while. Give her a couple of weeks. She is a sponge, and she's hungry. So I just want to say again, thanks, Stephanie, Michelle. You're absolutely, positively awesome. The entire team. And that's kind of where we are, Team Oxford. Although we did, Michelle, listen.
Oh, we got a new name.
We got a new name. Well, we'll talk about it, but we're gonna tell you tonight what it sounds like. We wanted something fun, because I wanted something with a sun, like sunshine. I love sunshine things, because you have something for heart health and all these different other things. So we wanted something, we talked about it. And she gave us the name, Sunshine Droppers, the Sunshine Droppers.
Love it. Well, it goes with you being shiny. Sunshine Droppers. I love it. Well, congratulations, ladies. This was so fun. I love working with this group. We love our Oxford team, and you guys are all phenomenal. So proud of you. And I can't wait to see what Deanna creates here with us. And
it'll be fun.
This is going to be big fun. And I'm going to transition now. So guys, if you want a piece of what these ladies are creating, we've got something really big coming up. Hopefully everybody knows about the Transformation Challenge. And I'm going to share my screen here. So bear with me. And thank you, ladies. So we've got the Slenderize Body Transformation Challenge, I think is the official name. I renamed it You don't have to rename it my name, but I'll just know everything that I'm putting out there is the resolution hold on. Well, what I call it, I got stumped. We'll get there. Okay, resolution revolution is what I'm calling it. I better get that down so that I can say it. But this is the official name right here. But this is something that we can all tap into. We can all get people excited about right now, where we can say, oh my goodness, I did a live about this today, copying coach. So just so you know, I didn't come up with it. I copied Brent Palmer. I watched his a couple times and said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. But I just invited people to go eat the cookies right now. Enjoy Christmas, enjoy the celebration, but we're about to get back on track. So who wants to join me? Who wants to be a part of this challenge with me? And so I'm just going to share a little bit of information on here that I pulled directly from the different corporate events and different things that we had. But it starts January 3rd. You can go register today. And you'll just need to go back on the 3rd or the 4th. You've got 2 days to do it and add your picture. Okay, so you can register now. Your customers can register now. We just need to remember to go back and do a picture. It's not going to remind us. We have to remember. So if you're on your computer and you can hover your phone over, you can grab this QR code, take a picture of it, use it, a second device a little bit later. But this is where you can go and you can register, and it's going to be a ton of fun. It's a little different this year that it's 28 days. And I love that because we can all do something for 28 days, right? And our prizes start at $750. So for first prize, I don't know anybody that would be sad about winning cash for hitting a challenge that they wanted anyway. Right? And goes all the way from $100 all the way to $750. We've got 5 different winners and they're for different categories. So I love that even more, that it's not just weight loss. They talk about on the Zoom that it's, overall transformation. You can write your transformation, like a little story about it, of how this product and how this transformation has helped you. So it doesn't just have to be that you lost X percentage of your body weight. It could be that it helped your mental clarity. It could be that your mood is better. I don't know, but just follow along, do the challenge, and we can get other people involved with us. Again, January 3rd to the 31st, and how you can win. So this is where it talks about it's going to be based on weight loss, visible transformation, and written submissions about how your health or life has been changed. So love that it can be a variety of different ways. Instructions in here. So it talks about purchase or sell Slenderize from November 2nd or 22nd on. So if you purchase boxes for the transformation or for Black Friday, you're qualified. If somebody got a box of drops from you, they're qualified. You don't have to enter an order number. They don't have to be a brand partner. All of your customers can benefit from this. So it's something that we can rally people around. And so that's what I'm going to talk about. And then at the end, we're going to throw a picture. So that's what I want to just talk about really briefly tonight, is how we can pique people's interest. How can we get people to say, well, I want to play with you guys. I want to do this transformation with you. I want to be a part of the challenge. So first of all, start spreading the word. Make sure that your team knows that the challenge starts January 3rd. We're all busy right now. We're all distracted. Nobody's really thinking about January just yet. So make sure that they've got the information so that nobody gets left behind. The next thing is to reach out to all of your existing customers. So I'll tell you, I've got a list of anybody that's ever bought a box of drops from me. And maybe they bought it in July when I first started promoting the drops, and I have never heard back from them. Like, they bought it and I've loved on them and they have ghosted me. Well, I'm still reaching out to them and letting them know that we've got a challenge that they might want to participate in, right? Every single person that has ever bought. I'm also following up with everybody that expressed interest, because at one point they wanted to do something for their health and they didn't. At least they didn't with me. So I'm going to go back and say, hey, are you still thinking about these drops? Because we've got a challenge going on where if you could get started, you could do what you want to do anyway, and you got the chance to win some fun prizes. Join me. So I'm reaching out to all of them. I'm going to say the next thing is go live. Let the world know on your social media. Go watch Brent's video. Go check out mine. They're short, they're sweet, they're to the point, but we're inviting them to join us on the transformation. That's going to bring more people to your page. It's going to help you get the word out. And then I'm going to say post. And I'll tell you, I've had fun with this little jingle. I think that was shared on the IPA call yesterday or the day before. And I'll be picking my winner, whatever it is, right after this Zoom. But just a way to get people interested. But it's twofold. Because if they commented on that, that means they want it, right? So they might not buy it. They might not be the winner, but they wanted the chance. Like, I don't enter a drawing for something that I don't want to get. I don't think you do either. So my guess is the people that put the jingle or the jangle or whatever I asked for on the post, they want some of these drops. Now, maybe they only want them at a discount, but they still have some interest. So that's going to be an interest list that I can reach out to. And then the next thing that I've created for everybody, and this is all on the Boards app, and I'll be working with Ashley Paulson to get it on the rest of the Boards app. So if you have the Slenderized System of Growth with a star, then it's already in there. If you have the Slenderized System of Growth with a $, we're going to make sure that it is up there by tomorrow. If you want both of them, let me know. But I just talked to Ashley, and we're going to probably combine them so we don't have to worry about that. But what I did is I created just a slew of different posts that are all based on the, what did I call it again? Resolution Revolution. We might need to name it something a little better because I can't remember. But I Googled catchy challenge terms for the new year, just so you know. So none of this came from here. This came from the good old internet. But do you have big goals for 2024? Join me for a body balancing challenge, skinny drop challenge. I put some great transformations in here, just different people on the team. There's a bunch more in the app. All I want for Christmas is to win. So just silly little things. Join me for a body transformation challenge with the prizes. And then the other thing that I did. So again, this is all on the Boards. It's labeled in there. If you go in there on the main screen and Board, sorry, I've got to go look and see where it will say we've got the transformation challenge is going to be all of these types of posts that have, you know, the 2023 turn it into the 2024. All of those are labeled under transformation challenge. And then these down here, and guys, you don't have to use any of it. So if you hate it, ignore it. But I was just trying to think of what we could do to position ourselves as an expert, that would position ourselves as somebody that when it turns into January and somebody says, okay, I'm a little fed up with myself. I made some poor decisions and my pants are too tight and I'm grumpy about it, that who do I know that can help me? And so obviously we're putting out these before and afters every single day. And we're positioning ourselves as somebody that can help. And this is just another way. So I think there's 32 of these in the folder that says tips for healthier holidays. And they are obvious, simple little tips that you can throw in for your post. So you're going to do your 9 a.m. You're going to do your 3 p.m. And then at some point during the day, you can copy this and use it. You can make your own. You can do something else completely, but there's 32 in there waiting for you if you choose to use them that just have some little tiny tips that can help people just have a little bit of a healthier holiday, but it positions us as a resource, right? As somebody that somebody can turn to and say, okay, help me because I struggled and I need some help. So that's really all I wanted to share with you guys. And I don't know, Coach, if you sat up, so maybe you had something to add, maybe you didn't. But that was really all I wanted to share tonight. But I'm excited for this whole transformation and all the exciting things that we're creating here.
No, Andrea, first of all, thanks for doing that. I know you've spent all day. I've talked to you a couple of times and you've spent all day trying to create things that everybody could use or get ideas from. But I'll say this, I want to do like we're talking to everybody about doing, right? So if you go to my Facebook page, you would see a 9 a.m. post, a 3 p.m. post, a 9 a.m. post, a 3 p.m. post. And one of the things that I've seen with me doing it consistently is over the last, I don't know, let's call it a week, I've probably sold 10 boxes of drops. So I'm seeing a lot more conversations pick up. Now, don't judge you to me. Maybe you've sold more, maybe you've sold less. But my point being is people are starting to gear up for the new year. They're starting to get like thinking, maybe they hadn't decided, hey, I'm going to start now, but they're thinking about, I need to start soon. And that January the 1st is starting. The closer we get to the new year, more and more and more of that will trigger. Now, Cynthia Bolden, after 30 plus years of being in the healthcare and owning, she wished the whole world would just eat clean year round. But I'll tell you this, most of the world don't. So she is on a mission to get the world to feed their body what their body needs. But there's going to be a lot of people come in January that are ready for, and so like Andrea said, if we can put it out there now, if we can do the lives now, if we can put the information out now, you're going to start to see more and more and more conversations start to take place. And the beauty about this, Andrea, this resolution revolution that we're going into, and did I say that wrong?
You said it right. I can't get it to stick. I said it all day and forgot it.
Resolution revolution going into the new year, and what the company is doing is it's a month long. And all we have to do is have a box of drops and we can participate, right? So what I would do right now, when does this go live, Andrea? When can we start putting people in this challenge? Is that
They
tomorrow?
can register right now. They
Okay.
can absolutely register right this
So
minute.
we can start registering right now. Tammy Mockbee says this the best. This is a one by one business. So if I want to have a bunch of people in this transformation challenge starting January the 1st, then I got to start hand-holding people and getting them in, having fun with them as they register, help them take their pictures, or talk to them about taking their pictures, getting them what they need, answering their questions. And so what better place to start than all of these customers you've already got using the drops, all of these customers that's had a little bit of a win. Now it's a chance for them to get to be a part of this, win some cash, win some prizes, and be a part of an amazing community. It's the best way to get people to convert to a brand partner by the end of January. So this could, think about this. Think about all your customers that have been on the drops. You get them in this. They convert over to a brand partner. How many of those are those for you? That's a lot of people. That's a lot of opportunity for you to, by the end of January, have this booming business, booming team, booming amount of brand partners that you're teaching them how to go share at 9 and 3. You start to create that leverage. So Andrea, I love this. I would highly recommend everybody start tomorrow really flooding social media with this revolution for 2024. So Andrea, great job. Awesome tonight. Cynthia Bolden, Michelle, Stephanie, this was really great. Give these ladies love. Thanks for what you do.
Well, thank you so much, Coach. And yes, thank you, ladies. Love you guys so much. I cannot wait to see everybody win. How fun is it that we all get to go win together? So hopefully you guys got some value tonight. Hopefully some of these posts help you in some way. and it won't hurt my feelings if you change the heck out of them. So go have a good time with them. But I love you guys. I hope you have a beautiful Wednesday, and we can't wait to see you back tomorrow morning on the Coach's Corner. So love you guys. Thank you, ladies. Have a beautiful night.
Love you, Andrea. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Guys,
Thank
great
you.